mentioned 1995. I don't know that everybody outside the Pacific Northwest, I think about that team and beating the Yankees and that just thrilling series. But there are a lot of people that tell the story that team kind of saved baseball in Seattle to some degree, or at least helped propel towards getting a new ballpark, et cetera. Tell me a little bit about that.
Boog, there's no question that ball club saved baseball here in the Northwest. We wouldn't be doing this interview right now. I wouldn't be here. The Mariners wouldn't be here. They'd be the Tampa Bay Mariners, plain and simple. They saved baseball. What they did at the time they did it, when they did it, saved baseball in the Northwest, because at the time there was a vote for tax to build a ballpark, a 1% tax to build a ballpark in September of that year. And it was going pretty well. People were going out voting. The Mariners were playing the Texas Rangers on September the 17th. But later on, we found out when other votes came in from Eastern Washington, it failed by 1,000 votes. But thank goodness for, at the time, Governor Mike Lowry put together a creative funding package to build a ballpark of restaurant and bar tax, a car rental tax, and also the My Oh My lottery. And with those three entities, it was enough money to generate the revenue to build Safeco Field, which is now T-Mobile Park. So they had the money then to build T-Mobile Park. But if that ball club didn't make that run, it would not have generated the energy and the excitement for people to get out and vote and say, you know what, we can survive here in the Northwest. Not only survive, but thrive here in the Northwest. Dave Niehaus said for years, all the fans needed here was something to get excited about. And finally, 1995 came around, and we made it to the playoffs for the first time. We were 13 games out of first place, Boog, on August the 1st, and came back, ended up in a tie with the California Angels, and had the one-game playoff in early October against the Angels. Randy Johnson against Mark Langston. Game was a 1-0 ball game, bottom of the 7th inning. With the bases loaded, Luis Sojo had the broken bat hit past JT Snow down the right field line, and everybody scored. Mariners won the ball game, got to the American League Division Series, go to New York, and lose the first two games, needing to come back to Seattle now to the Kingdom to win 3 in a row, which they did on that long flight back home. It was a 15-inning loss, Boog. Yeah. And we didn't get out of Yankee Stadium, I think, till about 1 o'clock in the morning, if that. We go to the airport, get on the plane, we fly home. About halfway home, so it had to be like 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. I get up, I go to the front of the plane, and it's pitch black on the plane. And I'm standing there by myself. All of a sudden, I see somebody get up, and it's Lou Piniella. And Lou walks right up to me, looks me in the eyes, and goes, "We're going to win this thing." And I swear to God, I thought I saw flames shooting out of his eyes. I said, "You bet, Lou. We got Randy going tomorrow. Randy Johnson." Randy wins game 3, 7-4. I said, we get game 4, and then we get him in game 5. Game 4, Edgar Martinez will tell you that was the best game of his career, because in game 4, the Mariners were down 5-0 after 3 innings, and Edgar hit a 3-run home run to get him back in the ball game to make it 5-3. Later on, with the game tied, hits a grand slam home run, hits 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. Mariners win the game eventually 11-8 to get us to game 5. Then Edgar has the double in game 5. But in September, early September, we weren't drawing all that well. But all of a sudden, we were getting closer and closer to the California Angels. The Angels kept losing. The Mariners kept winning. And now, instead of 15,000 fans, there's 20,000. There's 25, 30, 35, 40, 45,000. All of a sudden, 50, 55,000 fans started to show up at the Kingdom. And the noise was just deafening, made all the little hairs on the back of your neck stand up. The fans and the team, what they did, created that excitement. And if they didn't do it, we wouldn't be here. Those guys saved baseball, that team here in the Pacific Northwest, no doubt in my mind.